Last year, we started Attention for Ascension, and we walked 312 miles from Gary, Indiana to Cleveland, Ohio. This year, we're doing the reverse. We'll walk from Cleveland to Gary to help try to reach and raise some more funds to support the scholars at Ascension. At walk312.com, you will be able to follow the entire journey. We'll be streaming. You can follow, donate, and purchase merchandise. Let's begin.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing?
Morning.
Good. It is day 11. We are.
Go. Oh, no.
Go ahead.
Can I interrupt for just 1 second?
Yes.
I just want to let everybody know that once again, Xfinity is here messing with cables in our area. So if for some reason this live goes out, we will be back on at 11. We actually have Hannah joining us again in hosting at 11. So we will definitely be on at 11. Okay, now, how are you doing? How's day 11 going?
Day 11 is going well. We are 5 miles in around Michigan City. So really, really excited about that. Hopefully today you will have an opportunity to spend time with Psalm 139, verse 14. I praise you, O God, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well. And just take a quiet moment to realize how uniquely God has created you. Embrace the fact that there is only one you, and that when God created you, God pulled off a miracle. And you are here for a divine purpose. And just thinking about how wonderfully and fearfully we are made as we are in day 11, and just what God is able to allow the body to do and recover from, and still keep going. And just how much we take for granted. Like as we are talking right now, how many times have your eyes blinked? How many times has your heart kept blinking? Those kind of things. How many breaths have you taken? We take for granted, and we just expect or even demand that they be there. And just how God graciously gifts us, depending on when you get to sleep, the fact that God keeps you during that time and keeps everything regulated so that you are sensitive enough to hear things, to come out of that sleep and continue to participate in life. And so just I hope you take a few moments to just celebrate how wonderfully God has made you and gifted you. And I pray that your soul knows that very well. Today we have a challenge, which I understand that no one was able to get, so we'll have to play again tonight. Miss Lisa, if you have the pictures of what dinner was last night, that would be awesome if you could pull that up for us. Our challenge was a free item from our walking merchandise, one free item if you were able to guess correctly what we had for dinner last night.
That is the one picture I forgot today.
Okay.
Give me a little bit and I will pull it up.
Okay, well, we'll wait for you to pull that up. Hopefully you will have an opportunity to be with us tomorrow at 1 at Ascension to celebrate this year's walk. We look forward to you all being there. I hope you all are continuing to make the most of the challenge of the $2,500 dollar for dollar. And I pray that Skippy is still in the lead on day 11.
Skippy is still in the lead.
That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing.
So as I'm working to pull this up, I did have a question come to me. Have there been points along this journey that you felt like you've hit a wall mentally, spiritually, physically, and how did you overcome that?
Yes, I hit a wall on Saturday on rest day, um, going to the gala, and the wall was that I believed I learned what God was trying to show me. One of my um, goals or desires was to be able to continue to do some type of fundraising efforts for Ascension and the scholars. And one of the things that I wanted to do was a black tie affair on their behalf. And so going to the gala, I learned so much and believe that that's what God wanted me to see and learn in that season. That it was just mentally hard to focus because I knew what I was praying for and wanted to learn how to do, and met some very beautiful and wonderful people who just people of God who just really wanted to help and who still want to help. And so it was just very challenging because everything in me wanted to stop what I was doing and go run and deal with that. Um, the other thing is I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, realizing that because of that frustration, I was interrupting what God was trying to do, and I wanted to make it about me. And there were some things percolating, and I just remember taking the break and saying to Mike, I finally get it. I have to deny myself and take up my cross and follow him. And no sooner than saying that, some other things that I had been praying about and working on, I received a text that people are now ready to talk about next steps. And so those things become challenging because you are distracted while doing what God has asked you to do. Stay focused on the task. We have a tendency to easily be distracted and want to do other things before we have completed what God is inviting us to do. There are lessons and learning that needs to take place in this season. And so just watching God humbly walk with me and show me that it is not season. And if you're going to be watching all of these fields, you have to just the application of it, just the reminder of something that I always say: seed time and harvest is not the same season. And the challenge with sowing seed is that they do start to germinate and they do start to bud, and the tendency is to go over there and mess it because you see it starting to sprout and you want to pull it out and say, look what I did or what I planted. It No, it's not ready. And if you pull it out right now, if you talk about it right now, it will mess up the real harvest season. And so those have been the frustrations for me, um, because I like things to happen. And it was very clear that God was saying, I need to send you back to Studio Route 6, because if I leave you in the normal routine, you're going to mess up what I am doing. And you would try to get glory when it is supposed to be God getting the glory. And so I clearly, strongly believe that God has personally placed me on this to get out of my way, but more specifically to get out of his way, so that he may be lifted up from the face of the earth and all people be drawn to him.
Sounds like Jack's message is still resonating this year.
Yes, yes, very much so. Again, as you have planted seeds and you start to see things happen, the tendency is to want to mess with the seed before it's ready.
All right, so we're going to try this. I have to pull this up a little bit differently, but we're going to try.
What are we pulling up?
Oh, hold on here. There we go. There's dinner.
Oh, no.
Oh, hold on.
Yes, Chinese food was for dinner. On my left is a container of shrimp fried rice, and on my right are two egg foo young patties with chicken fried rice. So
There you go.
I understand we had no one guess what was for dinner last night, so we will try the same contest tonight. And whoever can guess first will receive one free item from our walking merchandise.
So do they need to guess um, exactly what you had, or are we guessing cuisine?
I mean, like
Or
today, I would have definitely taken Chinese. I mean, for instance, the other day at the start of the walk, had we done it, um, I wouldn't want anybody to be as specific as Chipotle. But you know, as long as you're in the neighborhood, if that makes sense. Like you didn't have to be specific and say, you could have just said Chinese food. You didn't have to specifically say shrimp fried rice and egg foo young and chicken fried rice.
so now that you're closer to home, is it getting harder?
No, the tendency is to it becomes a little more frustrating because you know you're within striking distance. Um, for instance, when I was 73 miles out, my parents said to me, just go ahead and finish this and let's be done. Um, so that becomes the tendency, wanting to interrupt the pattern that has been set. It rather just slow it down and enjoy it. So it's not that would be the challenge, knowing that you're just that close to finishing it. Just go ahead and finish it.
And how's our buddy Mike doing today?
How's Mike doing today?
Oh, great. Just enjoying the drive and the walk.
What's been the hardest part of this walk for you?
Finding a place to park. Yeah, you can't, you don't want to pull up in nobody's driveway. So you just try to find a road or, a space alongside the road and just try to get close to 2 miles or 3 miles as we can to find a place to park.
Mm-hmm. Hannah and Ali are on and watching and say hello.
Hello. Looking forward to seeing you all at 11.
And John is on and would like to know, which town are you resting in tonight?
Um, that would be home.
We close now. So yeah.
So I guess that would be the answer for that. We are within your own bed distance.
Striking distance.
Oh, here's my mom trying to get a heads up. Do you already know where you're stopping for dinner?
No, we don't know where we're stopping for dinner. We usually do that towards the end of the day. So I can't even, and I usually don't have a taste. So whatever Terry or Mike decide or have a taste for is what we will do. So that has not come up yet. I can't even give you a teaser if I wanted to.
So I guess my other question is, what has been the best part of this walk so far?
Realizing how gently God disciplines us. Because I really, those 2 days were very difficult for me. As you all, somebody who does not shy away from praying boldly and having bold conversations with God, and just desiring to make the most of the moment, and reaching as high as possible. Because I believe if we serve a God who says he can do exceedingly more than we could ever ask or imagine, well, I would like to tap into that.
There you go.
And you know, I understand that that comes at a cost, and many people shy away from living that boldly because of the criticisms and critiques that come along with it if you don't reach goals within the human standard or time frame. But for me, those become opportunities for God to show us the people necessary to help live out the vision. We usually pray for things that focus around us getting things accomplished. God desires for us to focus on building a community to usher in his kingdom, and that's going to take time. The process we were invited to participate in is making disciples. Discipleship making becomes very, very slow, very, very tedious. And so my excitement was watching God gently nudge me. Yes, Saturday at the event is where I needed you to be and what I needed you to see, but don't allow that to distract you from the task at hand, which is walking 312 miles. Yes, I believe it was Tuesday or Wednesday, and I will have to go back and check, because the next day I gave us the devotion, deny yourself and take up your cross daily and follow me. And just watching that battle, because seeds have been planted. Just walking is not just all that comes with this journey, or comes all with trying to accomplish a goal of $3,120,000. There are a lot of conversations that need to be had. As a matter of fact, at the gala, one of the speakers said, money is not the issue. God has all the money. He wants to use you to bring it to reality. And so spending time with people and getting to know and getting to share the vision requires a great deal of time and conversation, and it does not happen overnight. Um, and so that has just been a joy for God to gently nudge me, stay on the course, keep walking. I've got this. And the tendency is to get frustrated or get distracted because we still want it in a particular time frame, and it's not his. And he begins to gently just give you those nuggets to show you, I am working on this, I am moving, and people are coming together. But when we are bringing multiple people, multiple personalities, people who don't know each other, to come bring this vision to life, that doesn't just happen because we want it to. And so my challenge to us has been, as God has been showing me, if you are willing to, the picture I showed a couple of days ago about the field, if you're willing to pray to have that kind of field, are you committed to the amount of work? You're not going to seed the field all in one day. Just take that next step and seed the little bit that you can. You're not going to harvest it, all in one day. Harvest the bit that you can, and just maximize each moment. And so that has been very exciting to me, to watch God just gently nudge me into that place of obedience and staying on course and staying on the task, and just showing that this is not for naught. It is working, it is happening, it is still moving. But seed time and harvest are never the same season. And depending on the kind of harvest that you're praying for, means that in between time is that much longer, and that much more work is required. And are you willing to do it, or are you just praying for God to be your genie? You want this, and so you'll throw it up there, and God, if you want me to believe in you, you got to do it immediately. It doesn't work like that. At least not in my spiritual journey. God does not respond to us like that. And I'm grateful for that. And so it keeps me in a position of humility and a position of constant prayer and seeking and asking for God. But the vision also has to be very clear and resonate with you. And if it really is of God, why would you let it go just because it didn't happen as quickly as you thought? If that is the desire he's placed into you, hold on until he blesses you. And so that's what's been exciting to me, because that's just continues to be the experience.
Okay, so I have a couple of questions from Leslie. The first one is for me. Which peanut butter did the pup prefer? Now, I will tell you, we got a little busy yesterday and didn't do it yet. So I promise I will have an answer by 3.
Okay.
And she also asks, do you walk past the Michigan City Mall?
I don't think the mall, but we are actually across the street from the prison. If I see the mall, is there something you need me to pick up? But I don't remember. Yeah, we're not passing the mall.
It's farther down. Mission, what's that?
Yeah, but I think we are coming up close on the, I think it was Large Pumpkin from last year. So see if I can check that out. So,
No, I was just going to say I don't see any further questions.
okay. So on day 11, please spend some time with Psalm 139:14, and just really consider how fearfully and wonderfully you are made, and know that the works of the Lord are wonderful. And I pray that your soul knows it very well, and that on this Friday you're able to rejoice in the miracle that you are, in the miracle that God has used you to be to the world, to your family, to your friends, to your sphere of influence. And I pray that you are able to rejoice in that both now and forever. Um, Chinese food was for dinner last night. We have no winner, so we'll do another contest today. And God's blessings to you, and we'll check in at 11.
Yep.
I am the walking pastor. I'm back. 312 more miles. Let's go. Last year, we walked from Gary, Indiana to Cleveland, Ohio. This year, we're reversing the route. The goal is the same, $3,120,000, one step at a time. Cleveland is where my ministry journey began. Gary is the home of Ascension Lutheran Christian School, whose scholars we are walking to support. Last year, we asked and you responded. Because of your generosity, we were able to fund academic support, and we have seen test scores rise. We were also able to address much needed building repairs. Seeing where God took us last year, the journey for these scholars continues this year. We walk Monday, April 17th at 5 a.m. Follow us live at 8, 11, and 3. At 3:12 every day, we will gather for prayer. At walk312.com, you will be able to not only follow the journey, you will be able to donate and purchase your walking gear. All proceeds go to support the scholars at Ascension Lutheran Christian School. Let's go.